You know what's more amusing than a cat chasing its tail? That's right, humans tripping over their own feet. There's something irresistibly funny about an epic fail, a moment where everything that could go wrong does go wrong. But it's not just about laughing at someone else's expense, it's about the shared human experience of messing up, of not being perfect. We relish these moments because they remind us of our own follies, our own moments of unwelcome clumsiness. They connect us through the universal language of humor, helping us to laugh at ourselves and the absurdity of life. And let's be honest, who doesn't need a good laugh now and then? Fail videos tap into this primal need for humor, highlighting the amusing, the awkward, and the just plain silly. They show us that it's okay to stumble, to fall, and to get back up again, preferably with a grin on our face. So, without further ado, let's dive into the top 10 situations that make us burst into laughter. Kicking off at number 10, we have those daredevils who think they're invincible. You know the ones, they're always trying to defy gravity or outrun a train, or jump over a pit of snakes on a unicycle. And while their determination is admirable, their lack of common sense, well, it's downright hilarious. Now, we're not talking about the professionals here. We're talking about the everyday Joes and Janes who suddenly decide they're stunt doubles in an action movie. One minute they're standing on a roof, the next they're flying through the air. And then, inevitably, they're falling, fast and hard. And the best part? They always seem surprised when their grand stunt ends in a faceplant. It's as if they truly believed they were invincible. But let's be honest, it's their misguided confidence that makes these fails so amusing to watch. Lesson learned? Superpowers only exist in comic books. At number 9, meet the people who put too much faith in inanimate objects. Ah, the common tale of misplaced trust. It's a familiar scene, isn't it? We've all seen it. The hopeful individual ready to take a seat, only for the chair to give way beneath them. Or perhaps the cyclist, cruising along when suddenly, pop! A tire bursts, sending them toppling. It's in these moments that we're reminded that objects, as steadfast as they may seem, can let us down in the blink of an eye. From ladders that aren't as sturdy as they seem, to hammocks that can't quite hold our weight, these epic fails serve as a hilarious reminder of our misplaced trust. So, next time you're about to take that leap of faith onto your office chair or race down the street on your bike, remember these fails and check twice. Because let's face it, we could all do with a little less trust in objects and a little more laughter. Next time, check twice before you take that leap of faith. Number 8 brings us those unforgettable moments of unfortunate timing. Picture this. You're geared up, the adrenaline is pumping, you've trained for this moment, and just as the starting gun goes off, you trip. Or maybe, you're the life of the party, dancing on stage, the crowd is wild, and just as you go for that epic jump, you fall off the stage. These are just a few examples of how poor timing can turn a winning moment into an epic fail. Timing, as they say, is everything. It's the difference between a perfect landing and a faceplant, between applause and awkward silence, between a triumphant finish and a hilarious stumble. In the end, these unfortunate timing fails are a reminder that no matter how much we prepare, life is full of unpredictable moments. And sometimes all you can do is laugh it off and keep going. So let's raise a glass to those wonderfully unfortunate moments of timing. Remember, timing is everything. At number 7, we have those hilarious moments of misunderstanding instructions. Who among us hasn't had a run-in with a confusing manual or set of guidelines? It's one thing to follow a recipe and end up with a cake that looks more like a pancake. But it's another level of hilarity when the misinterpretation of instructions leads to epic fails. Picture this. You're assembling a piece of furniture, confident in your abilities. The instruction manual with its cryptic diagrams and vague descriptions seems more like a suggestion than a guide. You charge ahead, dismissing the step-by-step instructions. Fast forward 30 minutes and you're staring at a lopsided bookshelf that resembles the Leaning Tower of Pisa more than a functional piece of furniture. These moments of misinterpretation are a goldmine for laughs, reminding us of our shared human experience. We've all been there, struggling to make sense of the seemingly impossible instructions. But remember, instructions are there for a reason, folks. Number 6 takes us to those who overestimate their abilities. Ah, the sweet scent of overconfidence, where people believe they can do anything and everything. This might be the funniest of all epic fails because it's not about the unexpected, but rather, about the expected that didn't happen. Imagine someone deciding to try a difficult yoga pose they saw on Instagram. They're not yogis, they've never even set foot in a yoga studio. But hey, how hard can it be, right? They get into position steady and then, boom, they face plant into their living room carpet. It's hilarious, but it's also a stark reminder that sometimes our abilities and our confidence don't exactly line up. Whether it's underestimating the complexity of a task or overestimating our own skills, these moments of overconfidence give us some of the best epic fails. While it's great to believe in yourself, remember to keep it realistic. Overconfidence can be your downfall. At number 5, we have the unpredictably funny animal interactions. It's a wild world out there, and sometimes we humans forget that we're not the only ones living in it. Picture this: you're enjoying a peaceful picnic in the park when, out of nowhere, a goose with a seeming personal vendetta decides to chase you across the green. Or maybe you're out for a leisurely ride on your bicycle when a squirrel decides it's the perfect time to practice its acrobatics, causing you to swerve and tumble. Perhaps you've decided to take a selfie with a friendly-looking llama, only to discover it's not so friendly when it decides to give you a wet surprise. And let's not forget about the daring cats who leap onto ceiling fans, causing a ruckus and giving us a good laugh. These are the moments that remind us of our place in the animal kingdom and add a touch of hilarity to our day. Never underestimate the power of the animal kingdom. Number 4 brings us those caught off guard by Mother Nature. Let's take a moment to appreciate the unpredictability of weather. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, boom! A gust of wind sends your hat flying, or a surprise rain shower transforms your peaceful walk into a wet sprint. And let's not forget about the ice. Oh, the ice! It turns ordinary sidewalks into slippery obstacle courses where the simple act of walking becomes a challenge. One moment you're strutting your stuff, the next you're doing a less than graceful breakdance on the pavement. Then there are those who mistakenly think a beach day is a good idea during a storm. These brave souls battle against the wind, only to end up with a face full of sand and a toppled beach umbrella. All of these scenarios remind us of one crucial thing: always check the weather forecast, folks. At number 3, we have those cringeworthy wardrobe malfunctions. We've all seen them, the unexpected moments when clothing decides not to play fair. Whether it's a pair of pants that can't withstand an ambitious squat, or a shoe that decides to spontaneously self-destruct, these fashion fails never fail to amuse. Picture this: you're strutting your stuff, feeling on top of the world, when suddenly your high heel breaks. Or perhaps you're showing off your new dance move at a party, and your pants decide it's the perfect time to rip. The surprise, the embarrassment, the quick scramble to recover, it's all part of the laugh-out-loud charm of these epic fails. But let's not forget about those buttons that pop off at the most inopportune moments, or zippers that get stuck when you least expect it. These unplanned wardrobe malfunctions serve as a hilarious reminder that even our clothes can have a mind of their own. Remember, folks, always have a backup outfit ready. Number 2 takes us to those who misjudge space and distance. We've all seen these epic fails, right? A person confidently striding towards what looks like an open doorway, only to thud into an all-too-real glass door. Or that ambitious leap from one rooftop to another that ends up more like a belly flop than a graceful jump. These are the moments when people underestimate the space around them, leading to some of the funniest and most memorable fails. It's a classic case of eyes being bigger than abilities. Whether it's a misjudged gap between two objects or forgetting there's a glass door in front of them, these fails are a stark reminder of our human limitations. And let's not forget those hilarious moments when people try to fit large pieces of furniture through tiny entrances. It's like trying to squeeze a square peg into a round hole. So, remember folks, spatial awareness is key. Don't let your confidence overrule your common sense. And finally, at number 1, we have those unforgettable public embarrassments. They say that the world is a stage, but sometimes the spotlight can be a little too bright. Imagine you're walking down the street, feeling good, when suddenly you trip over an invisible obstacle. Or perhaps you're in the middle of a presentation at work. You're nailing every point, then out of nowhere, you mispronounce a word so spectacularly that it becomes the highlight of the meeting. Public embarrassments are like those unwelcome guests who show up at the most inopportune moments. They're the hiccups during a speech, the spinach stuck in your teeth during a first date, or the accidental reply all to a company-wide email. But here's the thing, these moments, as cringeworthy as they may be, are also what make us human. They remind us that it's okay to stumble, to fumble, and to blush. So the next time you find yourself in an embarrassing situation, remember to laugh it off. After all, remember, everyone has their moments of embarrassment. It's all part of being human. So there you have it, folks. the top 10 situations that make us love watching epic fails. We've explored the magnetic attraction of epic fails, the illusion of invincibility, the misplaced trust in objects, and the unfortunate timing that all contribute to these hilarious moments. We've seen how misinterpretations of instructions, overconfidence in abilities, unexpected animal interactions, and unanticipated weather conditions can all lead to epic fails. We've laughed at unplanned wardrobe malfunctions and the misjudgment of space. Finally, we've cringed at unintended public embarrassments. These situations remind us of our shared humanity and the unpredictability of life. They make us laugh, gasp, and sometimes feel a little better about our own mishaps. But most importantly, they remind us not to take life too seriously. After all, it's the unexpected, the unpredictable, the utterly human moments that make life truly interesting. Until next time, keep laughing and remember, it's all in good fun.